Greetings, YouTube. It is incredibly late. It is almost 2 a.m., and hopefully by the time this processes, it'll be about 2 a.m. This is not new news for most people, but on Thursdays and Mondays, for a combination of reasons, one being that I have full days of teaching and labs and student emails, but two, it's also the new arena day, when the arena resets, and so when I'm not teaching or grading or talking to friends or family or playing tennis, as I did today, I usually like to do the arena and not open the line app until the very end of the day. And so in cases like today, this is old news for you, but I still want to do a video on it because when the Venom movie came out, I cannot tell you how many people were super upset that Anti-Venom and Knull weren't in the game. And it's like Kabam heard you and said, just wait. When we let them be Carnage, we'll also let them get Anti-Venom and Knull then. Now, could this be something that changes? Sure, but usually these rumors, and all year they've been true, are true. And the database for this one is code_Daggeth. Marvel Contest of Champions, MCOC, Marvel Champions League, Marvel Update, Marvel Games. It makes sense since Let There Be Carnage is set to be here at this time. Now, if you're like me, you know who Venom is, but you might not know who Anti-Venom is. So I did pull up the Marvel database for Clintar Earth 616. When Eddie Brock separated from the Venom symbiote, traces of it were left in his body, later suffering from cancer. Brock started working as a volunteer in the Feast Center. Martin Lee, the founder of the Feast, an alter ego, the supervillain Mr. Negative, uses powers to cure Eddie's cancer. In the process, Lee accidentally infused the remnants of the symbiote in Eddie's bloodstream with his power and fused them to his white blood cells, creating a new hybrid symbiote, which manifested when the Venom symbiote attempted to leave its then current host, Mac Gargan, and return to Eddie. The new symbiote, dubbed Anti-Venom by Eddie, demonstrated tremendous healing powers and other powers that differ from the Venom symbiote, which, by the way, hopefully that means that Anti-Venom is going to be a new healing champion. I love awesome Regen champions. And so far, we don't get a lot of them, Sometimes we get them better when they're buffed, like with King Groot. But I would love to see, Anti-Venom be like a version of Venom, but just heals a whole bunch. Maybe Kabam won't do that, but one could hope. Okay, so that is a little bit of info on Anti-Venom. The powers and abilities include mutated symbiote biology, superhuman strength, superhuman durability, superhuman stamina, the accelerated healing factor. I mean, if that is a main takeaway from this champion, according to the Marvel database, Kabam Broccoli did say, at least when he was designing champions, that he always likes to consider the powers and comic book lore, so to speak. That's got to be part of this. If Anti-Venom doesn't heal, I'm going to be ticked. Genetic memory, offspring detection, wall crawling, webbing generation, constituent matter generation, ESP, immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense. Well, we know about that with Venom. Camouflage capabilities, etc. Okay. Now, Knull, also from 616, is a Eldritch god of darkness and the creator of the symbiotes. He is the main antagonist of Venom Volume 4 and the King in Black event. He's established himself as the nexus of the hive he created, proceeded to conquer worlds and form a fleet of symbiote dragons. When two of his dragons arrived on Earth, the young god of thunder Thor Odinson struck down one of them and severed Knull's connection to all the other symbiote dragons, who dissipated into countless individual symbiotes, while the other would seemingly be killed by Thor in a mid-air battle, its body plummeting to the depths of the North Sea, merging with the closest host they could find. The hive was now infected with concepts of horror and nobility. The symbiotes turned on Knull and trapped him at the core of the throne world, rebranding themselves Clintar out of their word for cage. Now, Knull's powers, though different from Anti-Venom's, still are pretty exciting to note. First off, unique personality. He's got divine physiology, which is a primordial god of darkness. Knull possesses superhuman abilities, attributes, and powers far exceeding those of humans and even most other deities. As the creator of All Black, the Necrosword, he apparently possesses the same powers it bestows upon its host, but to a greater extent. He's got a living abyss manipulation, which I guess shouldn't be confused with the abyss in the game. Symbiote creation, symbiote domination, superhuman strength as well, superhuman durability, dark energy manipulation, immortality. Knull is unable to be truly killed and has existed for over 13.7 billion years. Sounds like a Twinkie. Or maybe a cockroach. Shout out to the movie WALL-E. So, how would you like to see Knull? Sounds like he should go indestructible and kind of be hard to kill at the end. Like, even maybe like Corvus 2.0 in terms of the immunity to death at first. Or maybe you're thinking of like Hellas death immunity. I don't know. All I know is that if you're going off the lore, Knull can't die and Anti-Venom has crazy regen. So let's figure out what the hype is for this, because since this is not news, I think the more important part of this video is going to be to see how you want these champions designed. I do think these are the kind of champions, and every time we see a symbiote in the game or a buff version of, say, Venom and Carnage, the hype is there. So I expect the scores to be high, the hype to be high, and the units thrown for these champions to also be high. So we'll see. As always, we appreciate the MCOC Trucos information out there, and definitely code_Daggeth for what we hope to be an accurate leak for the October 2021 month, the Marvel Casino of Champions. Have a great rest of your morning, technically, and good morning to those of you across the pond. You might be waking up to this video because I think it's about 8 o'clock when this hits.